Good morning, everybody. We have a lower trade across the board here in the grain markets early on Friday morning. It is 6:30 a.m. Central Time. July corn futures down 5.5 cents at 6.59. December corn is down 5 at 5.47. July soybeans down 16 and 3/4 at 15.16 and a half. November beans are down 12 and 3/4 at 13.55. Fresh lows for the move in both old and new crop soybean contracts. We've got July Chicago wheat down 4.25 at 6.71. July Kansas City wheat down 4 and 3/4 at 6.20 and 3/4. Spring wheat market off 2 to 3. If you guys are listening on the podcast, as always, appreciate it. Leave me a review. Even if you just leave me a rating, that would really help me out on the Apple Podcast app in particular. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of people are watching who have not subscribed. Please subscribe to the channel and help me out if you like this content and you're watching it consistently. Hit the like button if you like the videos. That would help me out as well. And if you need some additional assistance from me, go to my website. It is www.standardgrain.com. Go to that website, click on Grain Marketing Plan here in the upper right-hand corner for $49 a month. I sell a subscription service. It includes my morning email, which goes out every business day at 6:30 a.m. Central Time, text message service, subscriber-only videos and content where I really get into depth in regard to grain marketing, cash sales, capture and carry options, all that sort of stuff. This is a monthly subscription that can be canceled at absolutely any time. No other fee, no other obligation. Certainly check that deal out. To get into some of the headlines here this morning, the big story as of late are these massive new crop corn sales to China. So we had our weekly export sales report yesterday. And USDA reported that exporters sold just over 4 million metric tons of corn for the 21-22 marketing year. And that was in the week ending May 13th. Now, since May 13th, we've sold an additional 7 million metric tons of corn in flash sales from March 14th through yesterday. So total new crop corn commitments are in reality very close to 16 million metric tons, which would be the best on record by just an enormous margin. Even at the official number as of May 13th, which is like 8.9 million metric tons, new crop corn sales are up 167% versus last year and up 80% from the 2012-2013 pace. The unofficial number, your 16 million, which is probably going to be where we're at after next week's report, puts new crop purchases 370% above last year's pace. So China is locking up new crop corn needs. This is, of course, they're buying corn for delivery, after September 1st. This will look really good or really bad, I guess, depending on how weather and the supply and demand situation shapes up. They're taking advantage of an inverse in the market. We actually saw China do something similar in that 12-13 for the next marketing year. And it was in that year, we had a similar inverse in the corn market. We had much higher old crop prices versus new crop prices. So, that encourages additional new crop demand. But that's a big deal, and it's probably the big headline item in these markets on the demand side here, at least recently. New crop soybean export sales are also very good. Total new crop sales, 7 million metric tons, or just 7.02 versus 2.1 last year. China accounts for not quite half, about 3.06 million metric tons. This is the best book of new crop soybean sales since 2014, but there was a period of time from 2011 through that 2014 timeframe where we were consistently well above this year's pace in regard to new crop soybean sales. So we're not setting records like we are here in corn. The Kansas Wheat Tour found record high yield potential. The Wheat Quality Council wrapped up their tour. They estimated the state's wheat yield at 58.1 bushels per acre, well above the 5-year average of 43.1. USDA's official number for the state is 48. That was the previous record, I'm sorry. No, the previous record was 57. 48 is where USDA has it for this year. So we're going to be slightly above the previous record if the tour is reality, and I'm sure that USDA's numbers will be different. Recent rains, of course, helped to finish off the crop after a dry start in many areas. This winter wheat market has been under some pressure here, and I'm sure that these tour findings are no help. The EPA will keep biofuel mandates unchanged in 21-22. I don't think this is a big surprise, and I don't think it's official yet either, but we'll be steady at 20 billion gallons of renewable fuel, including 15 of conventional biofuels like ethanol. Russia's grain crop wheat crop may decline. Russia's ag ministry says wheat production will be 80.7 million. That would be down from 85.9 last year. This is not big breaking news or anything. The private groups have been in the 79-82 range as of late. They had kind of dry conditions during planting, a little bit more mild winter, but that should not be a big shocker. Rains may continue in the western Corn Belt. A lot of Iowa and Nebraska will see, at least an inch of rain over the next week. So not huge rains, but definitely welcome, I think, in a lot of those areas. The western, say 2/3 of the Dakotas are slated to see similar amounts. Central and eastern portions of the Corn Belt, by comparison, will be quite a bit drier, and that's probably a good thing. They had been too wet out there, planting had been slow, and the west had been too dry. So this is, I'm not saying that everybody's in fantastic shape, but I think that the weather generally is viewed as being favorable moving forward versus perhaps what it could be. The cattle market finished. We were slightly lower yesterday. Cash trade was 120 again yesterday. We just can't seem to budge there. The outside markets here this morning, we've got the S&P up 17. The Dow is up 156 points. The gold's down like $2. We've got the U.S. dollar down just a little bit. Crude oil's up 81 cents in the July WTI, 62.75. Bonds are up just a little bit. Everyone have a really nice weekend. I'm going to be out early today. I will talk to you on Monday.